Good morning, guys. Welcome back to class. It is Wednesday. Yay! We are halfway through the week, even if all the days feel like they're blending together. It is definitely Wednesday, so tomorrow is Thursday. And Thursday is going to be our last day of school for this week because Friday we don't have school. So, before we get started, like I said, we are going to do what we do every day. We're going to go over our classroom rules. Are you ready? Okay. So I will listen to other people's voices. I will use kind words and I will use helping hands. All right. So awesome job yesterday. I love seeing all the pictures and getting to see everything you guys did, drew about cooking with mom and dad or whatever projects we worked on, right? You guys did so awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm super proud of you guys, okay? So today you guys are going to get to see a video from Miss Bartels about gardening. I tried to get it to upload yesterday and I was having a really hard time. So I was able to get it done today. Hopefully you're able to see it. And if you're not, then I can try again. Still getting used to this whole teaching online thing, you know. So now that we've done our rules, like I said, we're going to go over second step and we're going to do some shared reading. Second step today, we have Gavin coming in to talk with us, okay? Gavin was having kind of an issue yesterday. He was not sharing when we were all done with class. Him and Amanda were not sharing again, and I just don't understand why. So I'm going to see if he's ready to come and talk to you guys, okay? So Gavin, you ready to come out, buddy? Let's see if he's ready to come out. Are you ready? Okay, so he's on his way. I told him, I said, you know, my buddies would be pretty sad if they seen that you weren't wanting to share with Amanda. So they were playing with toy cars and Amanda wanted to play with the car and she kept asking him and he was not being very polite. So Miss Shabazz had to sit down and talk with him. And so we're going to talk about that today with you guys. You know, we want to make sure that we're being fair and we're playing and sharing because when we get to kindergarten, we want to make friends, right? And we're not going to make friends if we're not sharing our toys, right? So let's see what Gavin's up to. So Gavin, come on. Hi, guys. Oh, well, hi, Gavin. I was just talking to our buddies about how you were struggling yesterday to play with Amanda with the cars. You weren't being very kind, and I told them about it. So, oh, he's putting his head down. I think it might be when we put our heads down, does that mean we're kind of sad? Yeah, Miss Shabazz was a little disappointed, and we talked about it, right, Gavin? Okay, so how did that make you feel when Amanda wanted to play with your car? Upset. It was my car and she had no business playing with it. But Gavin, remember, we're sharing, right? Amanda's your friend, right? And all of my buddies over here are your friends that are watching, right? So would you like it if they didn't share with you? Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't like it if you weren't sharing with me, and you wouldn't like it if Miss Shabazz was taking everything from you. No, I wouldn't, Miss Shabazz. I know you wouldn't. So what could we work on maybe, Gavin? Fair ways to play. Yes, right? Now, my buddies, can we remind Gavin of those fair ways? Can you listen to Gavin? Listen to what they say, and I'm going to say it with them so that you can really understand what they're saying, okay? So you need to take turns. Yes, take turns. Share, trade. Very good one, right? Oh my goodness, yes. And play together. Playing together is extremely important, isn't it, Gavin? We want to make sure that we're playing together so that our friends are still wanting to be our friends because no one wants to play with someone who's not sharing with them, Gavin. Okay, so Gavin, what could you do next time? I could share the cars with Amanda because Sharon's important. Yes, Sharon is very important, okay, Mr. Gavin? So I want you to do better. And I think you could do better because you're a star student, aren't you, Gavin? Okay, so can you guys all say bye to Mr. Gavin today? Okay, he's saying bye. And we want to make sure that Gavin is sharing, right? So let's all tell Gavin, be a star student. Be a star student, Gavin. I will. Bye, guys. All right, so Gavin's off and away. Thank you, guys. He really had a hard time sharing. And sometimes we really have a toy that we like and we just don't want to share it, but we have to be star students and share that toy, right? Because that's the right thing to do, okay? All right, guys. So let's get on to shared reading, okay? Miss Shabazz is going to just turn around and I'm going to turn my camera again. Sometimes it gets a little bit, let me see, right there. Okay, sorry, guys. This is the tough part. Okay, so I think you guys can see it from here. Now, the past 2 days, Miss Shabazz has read it first, and then I read it, and I paused, and you guys read it with me, okay? So what I want you guys to do is, if you have gotten the hang of this song already, I want you to just join in with me, okay? And for my buddies that haven't quite gotten a hang of it, that's okay. Miss Shabazz is going to go slow again, and we're going to do it the way we've been doing it, okay? All right, guys, are you ready? All right, so our shared reading is called Little Seed, okay? So, here's a little seed in the dark, dark ground. Out comes the warm sun, yellow and round. Down comes the rain, wet and slow. Up comes the little seed, grow, grow, grow. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. I went a little faster that time because I want you guys to kind of get the rhythm of how this song goes, okay? This time I'm going to go. I will pause. It's going to be a little bit of a quicker pause, okay? So that you guys can go along with me, okay? Ready? Little seed. Here's a little seed in the dark, dark ground. Out comes the warm sun, yellow and round. Down comes the rain, wet and slow. Up comes a little seed, grow, grow, grow. Awesome job, buddies. And I know you guys are catching a hang of it because we really do well on our shared reading. So I know you guys are doing an awesome job with that, okay? So today, we're going to move into our lesson now, okay? So today, we're going to kind of touch on to our unit that we're in. I know that it's a little bit harder to touch as deep into that unit as I really would like to, just because we're doing this virtually, okay? And usually the lessons that I have are more hands-on where I'm able to be there with you and we kind of can go through this process together, right? So what we're going to talk about today is we've gone over our seasons, right? We've gone over the changes in the weather, how that looks to you. And one thing a lot of my buddies said was that they really liked winter time. And I thought that was awesome and interesting because we don't get a winter time here in Florida, right? Miss Shabazz comes from where there's winter, and I tell you guys this all the time. I'm from Colorado where it is cold, right? It gets really cold. Like just the other day I talked to my mom and it snowed there, and it's April. Craziest thing ever, but it snowed. So I seen that a lot of you were just super, super excited about the snow, and I thought that was really awesome because you guys really want what you don't have because you've never gotten to experience it, and it's really awesome that you guys really enjoyed that season out of all of the other seasons. My favorite season personally is fall, and that's because I am an October baby. So I love fall time. I love that it's not super cold, but it's not super hot, and I love Halloween. So fall time is definitely, or autumn, is my favorite season. So moving past seasons, we've talked about gardening, how to grow a plant, right? We've talked about what's important, the nutrients that a plant needs, water, sun, right? So that it can grow really, really well. So now we're going to move into what we see in the sky when we go outside, because the sky is nature around us, right? When we go outside and we're looking in the sky in the daytime, what's in the daytime that's not necessarily in the nighttime, right? The differences, right? If I go outside at nighttime, am I going to see the sun in the sky? No, right? Because the sun, it comes out in the daytime, right? So when we go outside in the daytime, what are some things we see? Miss Shabazz, I'm going to say what I see, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me on some of these. I see the sun. I see clouds. I see birds. I've seen airplanes flying. So those are some of the things that I've seen inside of the sky during the daytime. Now, if I decided to go outside at nighttime and I really wanted to go out there and look in the sky, some of the things I would see in the sky at nighttime would be, who said stars? Stars. Very good. Stars. I would see stars. I would still see, sometimes you can see a little bit of clouds at nighttime, can't you? Sometimes, yeah. Okay. You can still see planes because they have a light and you can kind of see them passing by. Not as clear, right? How about the moon? Do we see the moon at nighttime? Yes, and the moon has different phases it goes through, right? Sometimes it's a full moon, so it's a nice big, nice round circle, right? Bright, bright, bright. And then it slowly turns into like a crescent, right? Just a little sliver of the moon that you can see, okay? So those are some of the differences between daytime and nighttime, right? And the book we're going to read today is actually about what we see in the sky at nighttime. We're going to do the nighttime and then we'll talk about the daytime, okay? The importance of why we need that time. Do we need a break in the day? Could we sleep if the sun was out? Absolutely, but at nighttime, our body's kind of, when it starts to get dark, it tells us to calm down, right? To rest, right? We don't want to stay up all night long because our bodies need that rest to get that energy, right? So that is what we're moving into for this part of the unit. We're talking about the differences, right, in the daytime and the nighttime. And one of the things I want you to do with your mom and dad, especially because we're stuck at home and there's nothing else to really do, I want you to go outside and I want you to explore what you see inside the sky, okay? I want you to really take a nice hard look. And you know what? If mom and dad are super into this, they could take you outside at nighttime, you know? And you guys could do maybe stargazing. Sometimes it's hard to do that because we live in the city and there's a lot of light, so it's hard to see. But you can definitely try to do that because it's super important to see what's in the sky at nighttime and what's in the sky in the daytime, okay? All right, so to kind of wrap up this circle time, we're going to talk about some syllable blending, okay? We played a game before we left for spring break called the Syllable Thief, and my buddy Brantley loved being my syllable thief. He loved stealing you guys' syllables, and you guys thought it was the greatest thing ever. And I really wish I could play that with you guys right now. But that's okay. Some of the syllables that we're going to go over today, let's talk about syllables. Let's review syllables. Let's go back, okay? Syllables are the sounds that we hear in a word, right? We all have syllables in our names, right? We've talked about clapping out our names. One of our buddies who has a lot of syllables in their name was Serenity, right? We said serenity. How many times did we clap? Serenity. 4 times, right? So Serenity was one of our buddies that had 4 syllables in her name. A lot of my buddies have 1 syllable or 2 syllables, right? Jackson has 2 syllables. We have Ella, 2 syllables, right? Let's see, who had 3 syllables? Addison, 3 syllables. Brantley, how many syllables does Brantley have in his name? Brantley's name is really long when you write it out, right? And we talked about this. syllables aren't the amount of letters in your name, but the sound you hear when you say your name, right? So if we wrote Brantley's name out, and I'm just using Brantley's name because his name is long. Serenity's name is long, but her name, the syllables, there's more syllables in it. Now, just because Brantley's name is long doesn't mean that he's going to have the same amount of syllables in his name, correct? Okay, so Brantley's name is pretty long. Brantley has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 8 letters in his name, okay? And we said Brantley has how many syllables? Let's clap Brantley's name. Brantley. Brantley only has 2 syllables, right? So just because a name is long doesn't mean that it's going to have that many syllables in it, right? Let's go with someone who has 3 syllables. Let's do Alana. Okay, so Alana has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has less letters in her name than Brantley, but how many syllables does Alana have? Alana. She has 3 syllables in her name, right? So she has more syllables than Brantley, but Brantley has more letters, correct? And I'm sorry if I'm not getting to do all of your names because I know I love to do all of your names in class. I like to give you guys the time to do every one of your names, but I can't quite do everyone's name in one sitting. And it doesn't mean I love you any less. I love you all to pieces, okay? I just want to make sure I say that because I know that when we're in class and I can't call on one of you, you guys get really upset with me. So don't get upset with Miss Shabazz right now, okay? It's just an example, okay? So we're going to talk about syllable blending, okay? Making sure we're blending words together to form a full word. And we're not talking about compound words. We're talking about syllable blending, okay? So this is a word that I'm going to have you blend together. If I told you circus, what are you hearing when you hear me say circus? Let's put that together. Circus. Circus, like a place you can go to see animals and stuff like that, right? Another one. Thunder. What word are we hearing? Thunder, right? Do we see thunder in the sky? Yes, we do, right? Or no, I'm sorry. We don't see thunder in the sky. We hear thunder. We see lightning in the sky. Shabazz is having a moment. Person. What do we hear when I say person? Person, right? That's the word we're hearing. Moment. Moment. Okay? So that's syllable blending. Listening to those sounds, bringing them together, right? And I know some of you get a little confused when we did this in class and you'd say, toothbrush. And I'd say, well, no, we're not blending compound words. We're just blending a word, right? Because I can say 2 words that are, let's say, part of a compound word. We can say brush, right? We can bring it together to bring brush, right? Blending those syllables together, okay? So again, syllables are not the amount of letters inside of a word, but the sounds we hear when we say those words, right? Okay. So what we're going to work on is just making sure that we're doing that, okay? Blending those words together. My assignment for you guys today is going to be to do some sorting. Miss Bartels has an assignment for sorting. And I know you guys are thinking, why are we doing sorting, Miss Shabazz? We just did a whole bunch of syllable blending. But I like to touch every subject, if I can, in a day, okay? I like to review those things with you. So what I want you to do is the sorting assignment. And tomorrow when we join back, we're going to go over sorting. We're going to go over the importance of sorting and how we do sorting, okay? Until I see you guys again, I'm sending you guys lots of air hugs, okay? Lots of virtual hugs. I will be back to read our book with you guys, and I will see you then. Remember now when you're working on your sorting assignment with your mom, dad, whoever's doing this with you, that we're following those listening rules, okay? That we're making sure that our eyes are watching, our ears are listening, our voices are quiet, and our bodies are calm, okay? Bye, guys.